Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the day 14 of our computer vision series. The link of the playlist is in the description below, so make sure to check out the entire playlist. Today we are going to see how we can create a simple hand detector using the MediaPipe library. So MediaPipe is actually a library that is provided by Google, and it has a lot of different pre-trained models that we can use for detecting the hands, for detecting the faces, and so much more. Just like in the previous video, we use the Haar Cascades for face detection, we can also use MediaPipe for face detection. And if you guys remember, in the Face Anonymizer project, we also used MediaPipe for the face detection. So in this video, we are going to use it for detecting our hands, for drawing the landmarks and the connections on our hands. And then in the upcoming videos, we are going to use this base code to create cool projects like a virtual mouse or something that controls your YouTube videos and so much more. For beginners, using the MediaPipe is a good option, but later on we can use the deep learning models and algorithms to detect the landmarks and do much more than what we are doing today. But for the beginner level projects, I think MediaPipe is one of the best libraries that you can use. So right now, what this code is doing, it's detecting the hands, it's drawing the landmarks as well as the connections on the hand. So without further ado, let's run this project and see what kind of output we are getting so that we can go and start creating it from scratch. So as you can see, it is perfectly detecting the hands as well as the landmarks as well as the connections. It is perfectly drawing all that. So this is what we are trying to achieve in our today's project. So let's get started. So the first thing is the installs. If you guys have not installed OpenCV or the MediaPipe, you can do so by writing this line in your terminal and it will be installed in your computer. So the first thing that I'm going to do over here is to import my OpenCV as well as my MediaPipe, which I have just installed. I'm going to call that as MP, and the next thing that I'm going to do is to create a variable for my model that I'm going to use to detect my hands, as well as to create a variable which will provide me with some helping functions that I can use to draw on my webcam, to draw the landmarks as well as the connections on my webcam. So I'm going to call the model as mp underscore hands, and I am going to save it. So it's called as mp.solutions.hands. And now I'm going to create another variable which will help me in drawing. So I'm going to call that as mp underscore drawing, and it's written as mp.solutions.drawingUtil. So this will provide me with a few helper functions that I can use to draw the landmarks and the connections on the webcam. The next important thing to do is to load your webcam and then read the frames from the webcam. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to call the variable as webcam, and I am going to capture I'm going to call video capture to capture the webcam. Since I only have one webcam that is installed, that is by default attached to my laptop, that is why I'm going to use 0 over here. But if you have more than one, then it depends. It can be 0, 1, 2, and so on. Okay, so now that I have created my webcam, I'm going to read the frames from my webcam now. Okay, but before that, let's first load the model that I'm going to use to detect my hands. This was just the model name, but I haven't loaded it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load my model by calling the hands. Okay, it can have parameters as well, like min detection confidence, min tracking confidence. So it totally depends on you whether you want to add those parameters and pass some value to them or not. Okay, for now I'm not going to pass any value over here, but it's totally optional. If you want to, you can. Okay, so I'm going to call the model as hand. I'm going to load the model and I'm going to simply call it as hands. Now hands is the hand detection model that will detect the hands for us. Now I'm going to read the frames from my webcam one by one, and I'm going to process them one by one. Okay, now to do that, since this is a webcam and there is no end to the number of frames inside it, I'm going to use while true. So it will keep on reading the frames unless and until I break the loop by pressing a key or something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to use my read function to read the frames one by one, and this will return two things to me. It will return a boolean variable to me whether it has successfully read the frame or not. If it has successfully read the frame, the value for it will be true, otherwise it will be false. I can either I can keep it as underscore as well, because we are not going to deal with red over here. And it's also going to return the frame to me. It's also going to return the frame that it has successfully read. So that is two things. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to flip the image. Now if you guys have noticed, the webcam always inverts the image horizontally. Like if I'm trying to raise my right hand, it will look like as if I'm raising my left hand in the webcam. Okay, so it always inverts the image, it always flips the image. So to uh, flip it back, or to make it look like it's a selfie, just like you open up your camera and you try to take a selfie on Snapchat, it just does not invert your image, right? If you're raising your right hand, even in the image it looks like you're raising your right hand, right? So that is exactly what we're going to do here. It's totally optional. Even if you don't do this step, it's still going to detect the uh, hands for us, okay? But this is just gonna give, this is just gonna make the webcam look a little bit better. So that is why we're just gonna flip our image, so that if we're trying to raise the right hand, it looks like if we are raising the right hand. So I'm gonna write frame over here, the frame that I want to flip, and I'm gonna pass one over here since I want my frame to be flipped horizontally. If I want it to be flipped vertically, I will write 0 here. If I want it to be flipped vertically as well as horizontally, I'll pass a -1 value over here. So I am going to save this value in the frame again. And now the important step, okay, before processing the image, you should keep this in mind, that the media pipe processes the images that are in the RGB color space, not the BGR color space. Because by default, if I visualize my image using the OpenCV, it will be in the BGR color space. But the media pipe works on the RGB color spaces. So that is one step that I'm going to do. I'm going to convert my image using the CVT color from the BGR color space. So I'm going to write frame over here since I want to convert my frame, and I am going to call color BGR to RGB. Okay, and now I'm going to process my image. So I'm going to say hands.process, because hands is the name of my model, and I'm going to pass my RGB over here, and this is going to return something to me. So I can either call the results as output, or I'm going to call that as results for now. Okay, now let's see what it has detected. Okay, so what I'm going to do is okay, first let's visualize it, and then I'm going to print whatever result we have received from it. Okay, so I'm going to call my imshow function over here. I am going to call that as my webcam, and I'm going to pass frame over here, and I'm going to write the logic to exit from that webcam now. Okay, so now that I have written this, I am going to print the landmarks that are detected by my model. Okay, so you know, this results actually has a lot of information about the detections. It has information like whether this has model has detected some hand or not. Okay, if it has detected, how many hands it has detected. Okay, if it has detected the hands, what are the landmarks of the hand, what are the positions of those. So let's print the multi-hand landmarks over here. Okay, so I'm going to say print results dot multi hand landmarks. It's not hands, it's multi-hand landmarks. Okay, and let's print it and see what happens. So you are going to see that when there is no hand in the webcam. Okay, so what I actually did was I misspelled multi, yes. So it's gonna be multi, like that. So you are gonna see that when it has detected no hand, the value of results dot multi-hand landmarks will be none. So as you can see, the value is none. But as soon as a hand comes in it, it's showing some landmarks of my hand, right? So I'm gonna tell you what exactly is that. So as soon as it detects the hand, if you can see, it returns you a list. Now this is a list, and this list has a lot of landmarks in that, not handmarks, landmarks. Okay, so as soon as, see, the list is starting from here and it was ending in the end. So I'll tell you one thing. MediaPipe by default detects the hand that has 21 landmarks. Okay, So there are 21 landmarks in a hand according to the MediaPipe library. Obviously, when you're trained your deep learning models, you can make the landmarks less or more as well according to what you want. But when MediaPipe detects a hand, it detects 21 landmarks in that hand. So when it detects the hand, it returns the coordinates of each of that landmark as well. For one hand, it will return 21 landmark objects to you, and each landmark object will have three coordinate values x, y, and z, the exact position of that landmark. Okay, so that is how it's returning multiple list to me for each hand, and if there is no hand, it's going to return none to me, as it did in the start as well as in the end. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now, since this results.multi landmark is a list, I can obviously iterate over that list, right? So that is exactly what I'm going to do actually. So I am first going to say that if results.multi landmark, I mean, we are only going to iterate over the list if it is not none. If it has not detected any hand, then obviously we're not going to process the or try to draw the hands, right? So we are going to say if results dot multi landmark, which means that if it is not none, only then you need to iterate over your results dot multi landmark. So I'm going to call it as hand landmarks. So I'm going to say for hand landmarks in results dot multi hands landmarks. Okay, I'll make sure to spell it right this time. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw those hand landmarks. So I'm going to use my MP drawing over here, and I'm going to call a function to draw my landmarks on my image, on my frame. Okay, so I'm going to call draw landmarks. This is the function name. And over here I have to pass the frame on which I want to draw, the image on which I want to draw. So it's called as frame over here. Then I have to tell it the landmarks. Okay, so my landmarks are represented by this variable over here, right? So I'm going to tell it the landmarks, and then if I want to draw the connections as well, I am going to pass those connections as well. So the connections are represented by mp underscore hands dot hand connections. Okay, so these will be the connections between the landmarks, because if you could see in the original image, in the starting image where I showed you the webcam, it was detecting the landmarks as well as there were lines between the landmarks as well. How do we get those lines? Those lines are basically the hand connections. So this is how we are going to get the hand connections, and I think that is literally all. Now what we can do is we can release the resources which were occupied by our webcam, and then we can destroy all the windows. And yeah, I think that's it, and this should work. Okay, now as you can see, it is again perfectly detecting the landmarks, as well as it is drawing the connections between them as well. Now if you would count, if you can count, you will see that these are actually 21 landmarks. So this is what we were trying to achieve, and we have successfully used our MediaPipe library to detect the hands for us. And in our future videos, we are going to use these hand detections to create some awesome and some really cool projects. So I hope this was really helpful. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.